We're going to go ahead and get started. My name is Star White. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Wow Women Share the Spotlight event. Tonight, we're going to meet some amazing wow women, and they're going to share their testimonial to entrepreneurship. So I'm really excited to see what you all have going on in your lives and how God is working in your lives. And this is where it begins, you guys. This is where we connect and network. So I'm really excited about tonight. Let me introduce myself again. I'm Star White. I'm the admin of the Wow Women Journeying Life Spiritually from the Inside Out group on Facebook. And I'm also a wife, a mother, an educator, a new author of The Wow Factor, and I'm also a women empowerment life coach. So I'm really excited about tonight because we get to just come together, learn about these wonderful women and what God is doing in their lives. Because I do believe that God doesn't only work through me, okay? He's big enough and so awesome that he works through us all. And I wanted to allow this week to be a moment where we all just show how good he is in our lives. So today our focus is on entrepreneurship. And ladies, what we're going to do first is we're going to start with you all. I want you to just introduce yourself. And after everyone introduces yourself, just say your name and what your business is. And then we'll have a moment of testimony. So you just talk about how the Lord guided you in that moment. And then we'll conclude with you all giving us information on how we can reach out to you. So thank you for joining us. We're going to start with Lawana. If you can go ahead and unmute. Hi, Lawana. I'm just going in the order that I see you on my screen. But we're going to start with Lawana. If you can unmute yourself and just kind of introduce yourself and your company. I think you're on mute. Let me. There we go.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Hi. My name is Lawana Shepherd, and my business is baking and cooking. So it's Tailored Taste.
Tailored Taste. Okay. And then we're going to go to Kiana.
Hello, everyone. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, my name is Kiana Moreau, and I own a homeschool academy, a non-traditional private school, as they call it here in Georgia, for grades 3rd through the 10th grade right now. And I've been doing this about 3 years. I've formerly been homeschooling my kids for about 10 years, but I have my own academy now for about 3 years.
Oh, wow.
And it's called Choice Preparatory Academy.
Thank you so much, Kiana. We're going to go over to Landy.
Hi, everybody. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. I'm Landy Leak. I sell paparazzi jewelry, and I also have a 5 and Below website and Facebook page on Facebook where I offer gifts and items and tutus and jewelry that's not my paparazzi jewelry for 5 and Below. So that's what I do, and that's who I am.
All right. Thank you so much. We're going to move to Tanisha. Oh, you're on mute. If you can unmute. There we go.
Hi, everybody. How are you? I am Janisha. I do not use my last name. I'm weird. I know.
Okay.
I have a few things that I'm doing. One of the things that I do is called Vision Dreamers, where I provide the opportunity for parents, whether single or married, to work from home and not have to deal with, going to work and kids like, why do you have to go, and hanging off of your ankles and stuff like that. especially single moms or single dads who are trying to figure out how can I do this and not have to worry about my kid while I'm at work.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also an author, and I am I suppose a mentor or coach for those who are aspiring to also be an author and they want to write and publish, etc. I do my best with paparazzi, uh, but right now I just wear it. I'm supposed to sell it, but it doesn't sell, so I wear it. I'll figure that part out later. But my main goal right now is with the getting, people employed and writing and singing is the other thing. I will be in the studio soon
Oh,
in a
wow.
place where I call home, my Never Never Land, and I'm so excited about that.
Thank you so much. And we're going to move to Kanika.
Hi, everybody. My name is Kanika Evans. I am starting and kind of, just getting into the business. I have a website called Kids Stuff where we're selling kid stuff. So from clothes to furniture to home decor, all kids related. I'm just starting, so I'm still trying to come up with a really good layout on how to sell and what to sell and all those things. I also have a website. I have a Facebook group also that is for moms, to encourage them in their, mommying, so to speak. I have 5 children. I'm a stay-at-home mom, so I understand all of you, whether you have 1 or 5, so the goal, and I'm also probably going to start a blog talking about, raising children and, all the fun things you can do being a mom. It is hard, but there's a lot of good that, comes out of it.
Yeah.
So, and there's my kids coming through the door right now, but yeah. That's where I'm at right now.
Well, thank you, thank you, thank you. We're going to move to Adrian. She stated that she's having a little technical difficulties. So I just want to know, Adrian, if we can hear you. Are you able to? I can't hear you. So there we go. Hi, Adrian. We see you. And now if you can just unmute. While she's unmuting, I just want to thank you for all of the viewers that we have. We are on Facebook Live, so let us know. I see a lot of highs and hello and love, and we love you too. Thank you so much for joining us today. If you're watching live, let us know you're watching live. If you're watching the replay, let us know you're watching the replay. We are so glad to have you. And I'm with a group of wonderful WOW women from my WOW Women group. And they're sharing their testimonies to entrepreneurship. So I'm excited about this journey. And Adrian, if you can unmute, then we're ready for your introduction. Uh-oh. Let's see. Okay, we can see you. Yeah, there is a microphone, Adrian, on your screen. It's red with a slash through it. There we go. Now we can hear you.
Okay. My phone was going in and out.
It's okay. We can hear you, though.
Okay. So you wanted me to, what did you want me to do?
We're just doing introductions. Tell us your name and what business you have, and then we're going to start testimonies.
Okay. Sounds good. Hi, everybody. My name is author Adrian Prather. This is my book, Encouragement Cafe. So I am the author of Encouragement Cafe and also the author of Reflections of Love, which is my inspirational poetry book. And I am from Atlanta, Georgia.
All right. So we have 3 authors on tonight. Yay. Hello, co-authors. That solo authors. We have an author on tonight. We have two paparazzi businesses on tonight. We have Choice Preparatory Academy on. We have Kids Tough, the new clothing line on tonight, and we have the famous caterer, Miss Luana, on tonight. Wow, I'm amazed at all of the things that we are displaying right now. So we want to hear some testimonies. How did you all start your business? How did this journey start for you? Whoever would like to speak, go right ahead. Okay, so I'm gonna pick a name.
Oh, I was just gonna say, well, I'll go first. Unless someone else wants to go. Don't
No, you're
everybody
fine.
rush to the microphone at one time. Y'all are funny. Okay. I'm gonna remember this. I started when I got into a travel club that I'm still a part of today that I love. And the reason why I really like this network marketing company is because it's not just about business or money. They began to work on my mindset. And probably Landy, the most out of all of you, remembers that I didn't always have a good mindset. I didn't always have a positive mindset. I was probably one of the saddest people you'd ever want to meet. And they helped change me into someone who now is looking at what's positive with the thing instead of what's negative about a thing. My glasses are always half full now.
Oh, wow. Praise the Lord.
Well, no, that's not true. They're overflowing. I see an overflow.
There we go. There we go.
So,
That's amazing. It is very important to make sure that when you're starting a business or even just the process of life that you have a positive growth mindset.
Yeah.
So when you have a positive mindset, you know, it's amazing the things that you can accomplish. So go ahead, Janisha.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So with that, they taught me that they helped me to see that I can do whatever it is I want to do. But I got started with the travel club. It led to me actually trying to write my first book back in 2011. And I didn't publish it well. I didn't write it well. I was pretty much trying to do something and just to say that I did it. And then I met my mentor, who is amazing, and she has taught me so many things. And it's amazing when you have a good friend in your life that sees things in you that maybe you don't, because she started telling me, you know, if you're going to do this, this is how you do it. And then your time is valuable, so you need to charge. And I was like, charge people? Me? Charge people for stuff? I can't just help them. And she was like, no, your thoughts and your time are valuable. You need to charge for what you do. And so she began to encourage me. With her, I couldn't even say anything negative because it would cost out of my pocket. So that helped me put all of that positivity stuff into action. And then I forgot how I got involved with the Rise. I think I got involved with the Rise because I wanted to work at home. And then I saw a way that I could employ other people, and I was like, oh my gosh, this will be cool, because I know other single moms who at that
Uh-oh, did she freeze? Janisha, we can't hear you. I'm gonna, while we're waiting for her. Okay, hold up. Janisha, we couldn't hear you. I'm sorry. It froze for a second.
Can you hear me now? So I was saying I got involved with the Rise because I wanted to work from home. And it allowed me, I found out that I could also get like my own business, EIN, and business entity, and then I could hire other people. And I thought it would be a great way to help other single parents who are like me to work from home, so that they can make all the stuff that their kids do. If the teacher calls, they can say, okay, well, I have an appointment at 12 o'clock, so I'm going to work until this time and then get off and go. And they don't have to worry about consulting anybody because they pick their own hours and they're able to construct their schedules accordingly. So I'm still business building. I just love it. Look for my restaurant in school soon. It's coming, and all the other stuff.
That is amazing. Thank you so much for sharing your journey. We're going to move to Kiana. Let's talk about this school, because school is, that's one of those topics right now where people are uncertain. Parents
Yes,
not sure what to do. School's not sure
absolutely.
what to do, and you have an idea. So let's utilize this platform. Talk about your journey. Let's see how God is utilizing you. I'm excited.
Well, my formal training, I have a bachelor's of science in early childhood education. So I'm formally trained in education. But how I got started in the homeschool journey was because of my daughter. She was in the sixth grade. She wasn't in a great school, middle school, and she was being bullied. So I decided to take her and my oldest son out of public school. He was in kindergarten, she was in the sixth grade. So I took them out and I homeschooled them from then on. And I just seen the progress and how well they've done. My son is like he's in this eighth grade this year, but he reads like 12th grade literature. My daughter was valedictorian when she graduated. So at the time, she wanted to step outside, well, mom, you've been teaching me all this time. Can I find a homeschool group, with my peers? So we found this homeschool. It was a traditional private school, but she also had a non-traditional program where the kids came in 3 days a week for homeschool students. So I let her go there to take a couple of classes. And then I found out the lady didn't have a lower grade school at all. So at this time, I was doing construction, and construction kind of dried up. And my husband told me, he said, go up there and ask her, can you start a program? And I was like, that lady ain't gonna let me start no program in her school. And he was like, he told me for 3 days straight, go up there and ask her. And I was like, she ain't gonna let me do it, because I previous to that, I asked her, have you ever thought about, doing smaller kids? And she was like, no, I don't do little kids. So I went on the third day and I asked her, I said, one more time, can I just have one room? Because I told God, I said, God, if you allow me to do it, I don't care if I have to bring my own kids. It's not about the money. It's about me walking into my purpose. And because every job I've had, I was never happy. I was in corporate America making almost $100,000, and I was angry and miserable every day. And I told God that I wanted to find my purpose. So I told him, I said, if I do this, if it's your will, then you'll make a way. And I told her, I said, if you just give me a room, I don't need the students. The God will provide the students. I'll show up every day with my kids. I just need a room. I got the furniture. I got everything I need, the curriculum. I just need a room. And that's what she did. She gave me a room. I built the program for the last 2 years. I was supposed to stay in the building, but it sold. And God just pushed me out the door. He said, no, I want you to have your own. And I found this nice, small little building in downtown Liburn that's about 1,200 square feet. It's very homey. And it happened right in the middle of a pandemic. I opened a school in the middle of a pandemic. And it was just unbelievable. The people that come in and said, oh my God, you started this right on time. And it was just God's timing. I've been trying to do this and everything else but teach. I didn't want to do it. Everything else. I teach my own kids, but I don't want to teach, because I was scarred in public school. I was getting written up for teaching kids phonics and teaching them how to do handwriting. And I was just like, it's too much politics. So I just didn't want to do it anymore. And I never thought that I would make, full circle back into education. And it was just God's timing to even walk into this in the middle of a pandemic. I didn't know how I was going to do it. I didn't know if I was going to find a building, and it just dropped in my lap. Everything just dropped in my lap. And, like I tell my parents, I keep it small because, right now I have so many parents reaching out to me about, well, can they come in? I have to work. I have to go back to work, even though the schools are doing digital. I don't have anybody for my child and things like that. So I'm keeping the classroom small, 5 children at a time for 4 hours a day in a staggered schedule. And the curriculum is tailored to where they are. It's not tailored by their grade levels, and they're not grouped by their grade levels. They're grouped by their abilities. in what I call grade bands. So we have a grade band that's like third grade to fifth grade, a grade band that's sixth to seventh grade, and a high school grade band that's eighth to ninth grade. And within those bands, I group them by their abilities and not their grade levels. So if they need remediation, they can get remediation. If they need acceleration, they can be accelerated, and they won't be held back, and constricted by their grade levels. Because the program where we were, I've seen 11th graders come in reading sixth and seventh grade level. Like our kids, they weren't reading and they didn't have comprehension skills, and it was it was just heartbreaking to see how far behind our kids were. And I asked God to help me build something that's going to make a difference. My thing is, yes, I know we need prison reform, but we need education reform. We need to get them before they get to the prison, before they get to the school to prison pipeline. Let's start here. Let's build this foundation so they'll have education, so they can create opportunities. They'll have jobs. They'll have resources. So, and that's just what God's laid on me. And walking in this journey has not been easy. It's when I tell you, when it started, it seemed like every demon in his could arise arose. But I know it's God, and I know that it's a calling, and it's not going to be easy, but it has been beautiful and it's been a blessing. And I just believe God is just going to be a household name, and we can have one in every neighborhood, so we can educate our kids correctly, and our kids can build institutions of their own and jobs and things like that of their own, so we can start back being resourceful for us.
Amen. Thank you so much for sharing that. I am very, very proud of you and the journey that you're on. So I just look forward to seeing where God takes you from here. So all I'm going to say is, wow, you keep moving forward, and I'm excited to see. I already have worked with you before, so I see the heart that you put in when you are working with the children, and it is an amazing experience. So I look forward to you stepping out on faith, and I just can't wait to see what God is going to do in your life. Wow.
Thank you.
And speaking of children, now we're going to move on to Kanika, who has a children's line. And Kanika, let's hear from you.
Hello again.
Hello.
So yeah, I have had this kid stuff idea in my head for years. And I talked to my friends about it and said, yeah, I got these ideas. I'm doing these DIY projects. I'm sewing, I'm buying furniture, selling it, stuff like that. So I had a friend who basically maybe a few months ago, before the pandemic, was like, yeah, let's do it. You come on, you can do it, right? So I was like, yeah. And then, I didn't follow through. But the Lord just kept putting it in my head. And I would have ideas, I would write them down. But as a stay-at-home mom, I'm busy. I have 5 kids. I gotta do homework. I gotta, my husband's out of town. So I'll be like, yeah, and then I do my little project and sell it. Then I'm done. But finally, during probably March, around the time of the pandemic, I had this friend who is over here, so what about that kid stuff thing? And I'm like, you're right, I'm gonna do it. And she was like, okay, well, get on it. Where I had that person encourage me to get on it. Then not only that, my husband, who's no longer traveling because of the pandemic, he was like, get on it.
Yes.
So, I had all these people confirm this thing, do it. So I started the website. This friend over here said, go ahead and make that Facebook page in her bossy teacher tone that she has, you know. And I was like,
wondering that could be, but go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah. So I went ahead and I made the page, I made the website, and you know, I'm starting once again to come up with more and more ideas of that vision that God has put in me on what to do with all these things that I've learned from being a mom and being a mom on a budget. Because staying at home don't mean you're rich. Don't mean you're rich. So you know, coming up with a line of clothes for kids is like I have to do I have the time now, I can do it and I can implement it. I had to buy the you know, the things that I would need to make shirts, to make, you know, to finding out how a business is started, you know, business accounts, LLCs and incorporations. Do you take a salary? Do you not? Like, I had to kind of learn all these things. So, you know, I'm still, you know, applying everything and figuring it out, but actually putting things in motion as I do. I'm not just saying, oh yeah. I'm doing it now. So that's where I'm at now.
Yes. Well, I'm so glad that you had that friend who pushed you, you know, kind of coached you into some things. She was just walking into her calling as well.
Yeah.
But I'm so glad about that journey.
Yeah, I am too. I thank God for that friend, that bossy friend of mine who I know y'all know about.
I think it's more coaching. You know, you need someone to push you and to kind of push you without the emotions attached. That's all. You know, I'm just walking into my call. How about that? Amen.
Amen.
We're going to move over to Landy. Hi, Landy. Thank you so much for sharing, Kanika. And thank you for those who are watching us live. Again, this is Wow Women sharing their entrepreneurial testimonies. And I'm just so amazed to be a part of a group of women who continue to allow God to use them. That's where I say wow. So thank you. So Landy, if you can share your entrepreneurial testimony, please.
I kind of been doing paparazzi for a while, but medical issues caused it to kind of plop down. It kind of helps when you have a group of women that'll push you. So when it's a push up under you, it helps. I also had a testimony about that friend, but we'll get to that later. So when this pandemic hit, I was physically working a job. And it all just stopped. And it wasn't no work at home job. This was like at a thrift store. I was managing at a thrift store. And I said, okay, God, this is, I don't know what to do. You got to tell me what to do. So as simple and as easy as it is talking to y'all, I heard a voice say, what's in your hands? What you mean what's in my hands? Ain't nothing in my hands. I physically had inventory sitting behind me, and God was like, what's in your hands? I said, okay, God, I get it. So now it's time for you to move with what I've already put in your hands. Your gift will make room for you. So I'm like, praise God. Okay, so I get my business started back up. I get my lives started back up. And then my little special friend, who is also my baby sister, if everybody don't know, hits me up one day and goes, hey, you ever thought about a simple like group where you could just sell stuff as, you know, 5 and below? 5 and below? What you want me to do with that? So that was another push. So I went and I started this other group and this other page. So I'm just learning that in this whole thing that physically, your gifts will make room for you. And I'm trusting God to grow what I already have in my hands. And that's it.
So thank you for sharing that, Landy. It's hard sometimes when you are faced with health difficulties to move forward. So I commend you for that. And yes, everybody, you know, I am one who will, if I see a great deal and I'm like, oh, that's $5 or lower than $5, I'm the one that will spend. And by the time I check out, I'm at like $55 to $100, and I'm like, well, it was just $5. So I think it's a great thing that you're doing. So thank you. We're gonna move to either Lawana or Adrian. I think both of their screens are off, so let me see which is available. Again, while we're waiting on Lawana or Adrian to show their video. Okay, Adrian popped up first. Again, thank you for joining us via Facebook Live as well as on Zoom. I'm with Wow Women doing wow things. So, Adrian, if you can tell us about your journey to entrepreneurship.
Okay. Well, I've been writing poetry for years, and in writing that, I actually started maybe 2000.
Uh-oh, it went back off. Your volume went back out, Adrian. Okay. Let's see. We can see you, but we need click the mic.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. All right. Hi, everybody. Okay. So, my entrepreneurship started. I want to say when I was 20. I'm older now. And I actually started by writing Reflections of Love, which is my inspirational poetry book. And I was like, I need to get this out. What do I do? And God just.
Oh, it seems like we're having some difficulties with Adrian. But I do want to share, she has 2 books that are published to my knowledge. One is called Encouragement Cafe. And I'm going to just share on behalf of Adrian until we can get her system going. Her books are amazing. When I received Encouragement Cafe, I was a teacher at a private school and I needed some encouragement. And every morning I would get her book and have my little coffee and I would read some inspiration from Adrian's book. And so that inspired me because Adrian is someone that I knew, grew up with, and here she is with a published book, and I was extremely proud of her. And then God had brought me back to that moment and was like, yeah, well, I told you to write the book, The Wow Factor. And I was like, yeah, but, you know, like now, you know? And so by just reading her book and just having that personal connection with someone that I knew personally who, you know, who went through the journey, I was like, okay, God, okay, but not now, right? You know, but it pushed me to move forward. So I just want to say thank you to Adrian because just my purchasing her book and reading Encouragement Cafe, it was a step towards encouraging me to finish the Wow Factor. And I'm finished with it. And just as Kiana said, during the pandemic, she started a whole school. And I finished and published the book, yay, which is the Wow Factor. And I'm so excited about that. And I'm on to my second book, which is called Woman Get Your Wow Back. And that's just, that book is going to be real. It's sharing my testimony about life and how I had to find my wow within myself as a woman. So I want to say thank you to Adrian because she kind of helped me put a little pep in my step and get back to the computer and start writing. So thank you for that, Adrian. And let's see if Lawana is available.
I can hear you, but I can't start the video. It said disabled.
Okay, here we go. Try it now.
Okay.
There we go. We see you, girl.
You see me now?
We see you now. Okay, so
Okay.
if you can just share your testimony to entrepreneurship.
Okay, well, let's see. I started back in 2005 when I was in college. I worked for a catering company and I actually got into it. I actually loved it when I was working there.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided to actually start a company once I got out. And I stopped for a while, got depressed. I didn't think I was good enough. So I got back into it and I actually went to culinary school to better myself to learn more about it. I got a lot of good ideas from learning from culinary school stuff. You see stuff on the Food Network, and you're like, oh, now that I know what it is, once I get into culinary school, I'm like, oh, that's what that meant.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, I went to culinary school. I really started selling my cakes and food at work, actually.
Wow.
So I started when I worked at the child support office. I sold it. I didn't sell that much, but once I started working with the courthouse, I brought. I had just started, so nobody knew me. So I brought samples in just to get people to taste my cupcakes, and then one of my fellow coworkers, he would buy cupcakes every week for the whole entire office to eat.
Wow.
So that went over. Then some of the deputies started tasting my cakes, and they was like, "Oh my God!" So I got a lot of deputies. I still have some of the same deputies come to me almost every month asking for me a cake. I actually this time last year, a friend of mine was promoting his business, so I was able to promote my business the same day
Oh,
on the
wow.
same event. So I've been doing a lot of baking, more baking. I do catering every now and then. I was working with somebody anytime they had events. I would also do all the desserts, but because of the pandemic, that ended all of that. So right now I'm just baking like crazy. I tried this new recipe for a peach cobbler pound cake, and it went like wildfires on Facebook.
Wow.
So I just posted a picture, and people see the pictures and just automatically go and order some cakes for me. I get hits every day. I got an order. I think every day last week I was baking cakes.
Wow.
Every day I had for the last 2 weeks. I got something this weekend. Then actually last week, a friend of mine called me her anniversary, and she wanted to have something for her and her husband because they was at home. I cooked them. I did a 3-course meal, something real simple. They just had some ribeye steak, garlic, mashed potatoes, and asparagus. So
Wow.
she called me back again last week and asked me, they're going on a camping trip. So she asked me what can I make for them to take with them on the cabin so they can eat. Of course, I gotta come up with a meal, and I came with a meal. She's taking that on Sunday. So
Wow.
it's just been a big I'm usually busy more so during the holidays, but um right now I have a prayer that I say every morning,
Mm-hmm.
and I read Matthew 7:7, and I just tell God what I actually want
Mm.
to happen. So as you know, everything has been happening, or like I've have asked a prayer. I started off asking for a new job or promotion. I got there. I check it off as stuff come forward towards me. So right now, I'm just asking for God for profitable business for my business and for my boyfriend business because we both deal with purchasing houses. So it's been a wild win this week. I was crying some days like, what, God, what? Because I'm so used to being busy during the holidays. I'm not used to being, busy like this. Like I had to go back to the market get Saturday to get some more containers. I think I went through a cake containers into it in 1 week.
Wow. Look at
So
how
it's just
good God is.
yeah.
That is just amazing, ladies. Listen at how the Lord works. We're in a pandemic, and He has not only supplied all of our needs according to His riches and glory through Christ Jesus, He has supplied beyond that. And He's allowing us to not survive through a pandemic. He says that His people are going to thrive through it. So look at where God has taken you from the beginning to now. And I just encourage you to every day look forward to what He's doing in you in your life and watch what He has done. And then once you see what He sees for you, walk in it. And I think that was great, Luana, to share that, every day you ask God and you have your scripture and He gives you the desires of your heart. That's God. And then, honey, let me tell you something. I had a cake from this child on Sunday, and on Monday I went down to the kitchen because I was gonna have me another slice of cake and some coffee. There was one slice of cake, a whole cake, y'all. So I have to say that her cake is so delicious. So if you are watching Facebook Live, reach out to Miss Luana. She is a wild woman, and her food is delicious. And I too, that was a great idea with the anniversary. Mine is on the 30th, 15 years. I'll be contacting you.
Mine is August 19th.
So see, there you go. Yeah. Look at God.
And I saw that cake. I saw that picture of that cake, and I want it like tomorrow. No, I'm just playing. Not that quick.
Mine is August.
I'll do one before August.
I'm a chocoholic. Mine is August 3rd. I'm a chocoholic. I don't know what you can do with chocolate,
everything,
but I just believe you.
I just make cakes
do it, and I want.
I'm baking.
Where are you? Because I'm gonna have to come to you.
And where I live at, Camp Creek area.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to come to Georgia, but that's okay because I'll just go to my mother's house and be like, "I'm here to pick up my cake."
Girl, hopefully it's there.
It's just amazing.
See, if Adrian is available. Adrian, are you available?
Yes, can you hear me?
We can hear you. So if you want to go ahead and finish with your testimony, we can hear you.
Okay. So I actually started in my 20s writing. Well, I actually was writing poetry.
Uh-oh. Lost it again, Adrian. I think I'm just going to have to do a special show with Adrian so that we can make sure that your story's heard. Also, ladies, Wild Women, Journey in Life Spiritually from the Inside Out, it's a group for all of us to share. So you're welcome to go live at any time. I just ask that you continue to glorify God and what He's doing in your life whenever you go live, because that's what it's all about. It's not about us and what we're doing. It's what God is doing through us. So I just want to encourage you all for that. If you can just, before we leave, tell us where to find you. If you have a website or a group page, let us know before we close out. And again, thank you for joining me. Wow, women, you are amazing. We're going to start with Kiana. Where can we find you?
I put my information in the chat. You can find the school website at www.choicepreparatoryacademy.com. And it has all the contact information on there. It has the phone number, the tuition. We are going to put up the hybrid schedule. We're just working out some of the kinks so you guys can see it, and you'll see how the kids are going to come in and out throughout the week.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing, Kiana. Landy, if you can tell us how we can reach you.
So I can be reached at www.paparazzioaccessories.com/371729. Also, my 5 and below normally shows up on my regular page, so you can click that and join that page as well.
All right. Thank you. Janisha, how can we find you?
You can find me on Facebook under my name or janishamorton.weebly.com. But mostly on Facebook. On Instagram, I'm also Mysterious Blue #2. The word number is not in there, it's just the number
2.
And I'm still building websites and stuff, so I don't have official websites yet, but mostly on Facebook and Instagram.
All right, thank you. And Kanika, where can we find you?
I am currently on Facebook. I have a Facebook page called Kid Stuff. And I'm gonna do an Instagram page, probably same with the same name, but I think that's it. Oh, and kidstuff.com, kids/tough.com. Yep, that's it.
Okay, and for Adrienne, I have a text from her. She's on Instagram, and I'm just gonna spell it out: TMIALUV, and that's where you can find Adrienne to get a copy of her books. Again, thank you so much, Wow Women. You are amazing, and I just am really excited to see what God is doing in your life. Let's keep moving forward and continue to just do what He has planned for us. I love your stories and your journeys and your testimonies, and I look forward to just seeing where we go from here.
Okay, Star, you forgot about me.
Oh, we need to know where to get the cake.
That's okay, whatever. That's okay.
We need to know where to get the cake.
We need to know how to get that cake, Star.
Yeah.
Trying to keep all the cake for herself.
That's because I wanted to keep the cakes to myself and post them. Luana, if you can please share how we can find you.
Well, I don't have a web page. I'm actually working on it, but I am on Instagram, Tailored Tastes. And you can see all of my pictures of any cake I've done. If you don't see a cake on there, just let me know. I've done stuff just for out the wing, like the cake I made for Star. I had a dream. It was one cake that I did the night before, but I didn't like it. It was a dream like, no, you're not giving nobody that cake. So I got up that morning and baked her cake out of the wing.
Yeah, when she asked me what kind of cake I wanted, I said, I don't know, just surprise me. And she surely did. The cake was, what kind of cake was it, girl? It's a gone cake right now because I ate it all.
Whipping cream pound cake with strawberry drizzle and white chocolate strawberries.
Wow.
Yes, doesn't that sound good? It was good.
She got
it was amazing.
That's just rude.
I know, right? Oh,
that's something.
I
had strawberries in there. I didn't want to go to waste. I had white chocolate. I said, strawberries, middle. There you go.
Yeah, it was amazing, and
I feel like you need a roommate, somebody to babysit the kids. Mine are grown. I don't even need a lot of space. I just do your taste test. I'll be like, yes. Yeah. That'll be my new career.
Well, thank you.
I don't even like dessert.
Everyone has shared now, right? Where we can find you. Again, thank you so much for watching via Facebook Live, or if you're on Zoom. We really appreciate you just kind of hearing what God is doing in our lives. And what's coming next. This week, I'm glad to share that I have another testimony about health. A really good friend of mine, Janae, is going to share her testimony about her journey through cancer. So I'm really excited about that. And her story is actually linked to mine. So we're going to do that later on this week. I'm really excited to share. So make sure you tune in for that. And on Wednesday, I am doing Wow Wednesday, and it's a lunch inspiration. So on Wednesdays, you will hear a simple reading from my book with some explanations, but it's just some wow encouragement on Wednesdays and the lunch hour to get you through the day. So that's what we have going on this week. If you would like to be a part of sharing your testimony, whether it's through your health or about finances or about entrepreneurship or whatever it is you feel that you'd love to share about what God is doing in your life, please, please, please let me know in the comments, or let me know by sending me a message. I'm just really glad that everyone came here tonight, and we have a call in really quick, and I'm just gonna let her share her story before we leave. I think that is Tamika. Hey Tamika, how you doing?
I'm good, and you? I'm good, and you?
Well. Tamika, can you tell us the name of your business?
Blessed Beyond Measures, personalized teas and gifts.
All right, so T has these amazing shirts, and she's made some custom masks for me and for my church. But she does custom gifts, and she had to call in late because she was actually getting off work. But we are so glad, T, that you were able to join in. Is there anything that you want to share before we close out? Your testimony, how God has blessed you?
Well, sure, why not? I mean, it's a blessing because I actually started off doing it. Well, had the idea because my son played ball and we was always ordering shirts for games and stuff. So that was like always a lot. So then on my job that I was working at the time, they did that as well. So I ended up getting basically all the equipment. And then for a while, I got a little frustrated. You know how you be like, okay, it ain't going right. I can't figure it out. So then I took a step back, and then I started back. And it seemed like from there it's been running pretty smoothly with doing everything with all the different parts of it. And it's just been a blessing within itself to be able to do something. And, you know, working with your hands is always a blessing. So get over here. Get it. Bye.
It's okay, we understand. Well, thank you so much for T again. Where can we find you? Can we find you on Instagram or Facebook? How can we find you?
Instagram and Facebook. I posted in the link or in the comments.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining in. I love you all, and I'm so glad that you joined us tonight. You are some wow women, and let's continue to just work and see what God is doing in us. So until next time, see you all later.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a blessed night.
You too.
I want that cake.